Hello everyone, I am Trisha Wangno, Assistant Professor, Government College Yachuli. Today we are going to discuss about the approaches for language attitude studies. This presentation aims to help and inform master students and research scholars about the basics of language attitude field study. What is attitude? We have all heard phrases or sentences like he has an attitude or she has an attitude. What does it mean? It means that he or she has an opinion of himself or herself, or about something in general. Similarly, language attitude means an opinion held by the people about the language and community they belong or identify themselves with. Now, why is attitude studies important? Because attitudes are considered stable variables which can be identified and measured. It is often seen that personal questions make people uncomfortable, whereas giving an opinion about issues and matters in general is readily done by most people. It is true that no comprehensive model exists for field study, but the approaches that we will discuss are widely accepted. They have been tried and tested over the years by field linguists. New researchers are advised and encouraged to follow these approaches, but they are asked not to limit themselves to this alone. 4 approaches have been listed here. They are social or observational approach, the direct approach, the indirect approach, and the mixed approach. The social or observational approach is preliminary and qualitative. Large amount of data is required for generalizations. It is conducted through participant observation, ethnographic studies, and observational studies. In participant observation, researchers have to observe the subjects without hinting. In ethnographic study, researchers have to collect complete information about the language, its language family, neighboring languages, and the culture and tradition of the language community, etc. And in observational study, the community as a whole has to be observed without the researcher being involved. The direct approach is in contrast to the first approach. It involves participants directly. Moreover, it also includes anecdotal accounts of how attitudes and beliefs about languages or language varieties develop and persist, which is called perceptual dialectology. Creation stories, folk tales, songs, etc. These are not to be discarded as they provide a different insight from a non-linguist point of view. The mode of data collection are polls, interviews, surveys, and the tools used are questionnaires and attitude scales. The indirect approach is quantitative. The main aim of this approach is to minimize disguises of the respondents and bring out his or her actual opinions. 2 tests or techniques are used. They are the match guise test and verbal guise test. The techniques are mentioned here. The match guise technique is applicable in a bilingual context. This test aims to bring out the actual opinion of the native speaker towards their mother tongue and an acquired language. The verbal guise technique is employed when there are more than one dialect or variety. The aim of this test is to determine which variety is considered prestigious by the speakers themselves. It also tries to see why people try to identify themselves with a particular variety. Lastly, the mixed approach. The mixed approach tries to combine all the approaches and techniques mentioned before. The aim is to customize them in such a way that they suit the need and requirements of every researcher. It is understood that not every researcher goes through the same set of problems and situations. Therefore, They are encouraged to develop new techniques and approaches in addition with the existing ones. These are the references. Thank you for your patient hearing.